Throwdown Nation. For some reason, the opening montage didn't play, but it is Wednesday. And as a great man once said, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. We are live on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter/X, Facebook, and Twitch. We
Yes,
are
indeed.
throwing down tonight with another talent on the rise, coming to us straight out of one of the true hot spots of the indie wrestling scene in Atlanta,
Yes, sir. Yes,
WWA
sir.
part of the Fade Area Militia. We have the Sun God himself, Mr. Eddie Hindrixx. How you doing, Eddie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, first of all, spectacular introduction. Love it.
Thank
Man,
you.
I'm great. I'm great. Getting ready for the holidays and enjoying some good film study. It's a good times.
Absolutely. It's a great time of the year. It truly is. It's a time, this is going to sound cliche, but it's a time to really reflect and realize just how blessed we all are.
Amen for that. You know, we've almost made it through another year. That's a blessing. That's all I can say.
Another trip around the sun.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
So, for everybody that's watching this live, if you have any questions or comments, throw them in the chat. And at the end, we'll do a short little viewer Q&A session, and all questions and comments will be read and answered. Something I didn't have a chance to tell you, Eddie, before we went live. On these, we do something called the speed round game.
Oh
And
yeah.
what that is I've got a list of 10 names, and periodically during this, I'll stop and I'll say speed round and I'll name a name. And you just tell me the first things that pop into your head when I say the name.
Okay. No problem.
So, and one other thing I want to do before we get started is I want to tell everybody a bit about our new cross promotional partner, Seven Essence Tea. Seven Essence is now the official tea of the Throwdown with Matt. As a matter of fact, I'm drinking some tonight in a Throwdown with Matt coffee mug.
Yes, indeed.
And
Hey.
several factors led to this partnership. Um, two of the core values that Seven Essence really prides themselves on are authenticity and appreciation. And that's something that the Throwdown prides itself on too. It's just being real and appreciating everything that God has brought to us. And on their website, they also mention a quote from Matthew McConaughey
Oh
that
yeah.
says, Life is a verb. We agree with that and try to live it as such. Don't sit back waiting for something to happen. Take action. Plus, the owner of Seven Essence is a rock music guy who also happens to have an appreciation for wrestling.
Oh yes.
So,
Love this guy.
it was really a perfect fit. So anyway, that QR code will take you right to Seven Essence's website, and they have some amazing tea if anybody out there is into tea. And I'll go ahead and throw this up as well. The Throwdown now has its own merch store, and the QR code right there will take you right to the merch store.
Gotta get you some merch.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the coffee mug that I'm drinking tonight, if you want one of your own, you can get it right on the merch store.
There you go.
But anyway, now we're going to get back into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. And we'll start with the first and
I like
most
to get
obvious
serious.
question, Eddie. And that is, how long have you been wrestling?
Oh man, December would make it 2 years fully.
Nice, nice. So you are coming up on your 2-year anniversary in the ring.
Yes, indeed. I debuted 2 years ago against my boy Double Strip Club Ace Diamond. Yes, sir. Good guy. Good times.
Nice, nice. So I know that you're with WWA 4, which means that you train with the great AR Fox.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah, easily one of the greats, man. And such a humble guy too. That's what people don't really understand. Like truly the best thing I could have done for my career and wanting to be a pro wrestler was come to the floor, learn the culture, learn from Fox. It's definitely a blessing.
So would you say he has been your primary trainer, or have you trained with some other folks?
Okay, so I did take a crack at training way back in 2015, 2016, right before I went
Hmm.
right before I went off to college. I found a couple of guys who wrestled. They said, "Hey, we train here." And it was just at some boxing gym that had a ring in it, and it was with Johnny Swinger.
Oh,
It
okay.
was $40 a session, two times a week, and that's when I was like, "Oh yeah, that's when I really learned, like, yeah, I know I can do this."
Got you. Got you.
But yeah, all that really chiseled out once I got here,
Got you.
able to actually put everything into play.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen some of the talent that WWA4 has, and man, Fox has a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because like we had like they try to say, "Oh, we're just the kids that like to land on their heads," but like everyone he's trained people that are in various different styles of wrestling, have different personas. Like it's not just one culture there. You come there to learn you basically like what you are, what you're capable of doing. It's not just, oh, hey, we all do this, or this is what the school teaches. No, come be yourself. We'll work out. We'll hash it out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Speed round.
Boom,
Matt Riddle.
bro. Yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, Matt Riddle is a. It seems like a real. Seems like to be. He's a real cool dude. Like that. That like I don't think that whole chill persona. My 420. That's Matt Riddle 112%.
Yep, absolutely. My wife, who is not particularly a wrestling fan, uh, she watched a Matt Riddle walkout during his run in NXT. When he would
Hmm.
do the thing, where when he would get to the ring, he would send the flip flops off in two different directions.
Yeah,
And my wife couldn't ever remember the guy's name, but she just called him Flip Flop Boy.
not flip flop boy. See, look, he's just such a nice young man. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
So I'm presuming that you've probably been a fan of this stuff the majority of your life. Is that pretty correct? Or
I could say so. I mean, I think the earliest memory I had of wrestling probably what made me start watching wrestling was when I moved to Atlanta. It was like six, maybe at this point, 6 or 7, and like I'm scrolling through the TV, and it's like I get to like a SmackDown, I believe, and it's the American Badass Undertaker making his way
oh
to
yeah,
the ring, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I like it, and it just started from there.
yeah. So about how old were you?
I'm probably say maybe 6 or 7.
Gotcha.
Yeah, probably 6 or 7. You know, I've always been a wrestling fan, no matter what. From that point on, there was nothing you can do to stop it. I always wanted to go. I vaguely have a memory of going to one when I was a kid. I remember
Hmm.
because I got that spinning Rey Mysterio chain
Oh
that
yeah,
they were selling. A friend of mine stole that. I think. I just know I lost it when I went over there. Lost it. Either way,
yeah, yeah. Well, you win some, you lose some.
you do. It is what it is.
So away from wrestling, what are some of your other hobbies and interests?
Away from wrestling, I I like food. I like to lift
Who
weights.
doesn't?
Yeah, I like to lift weights when I can. I really just enjoy being around the family. Just all the party days are over, so I'm just really relaxing and chilling. Uh, I'll get into some animes and some mangas, but that's really it. I don't like do too much else. Like I've done everything else that I wanted to, so I'm kind of really just focusing heavy on the wrestling. But I have my little piece breakaways.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of lifting weights, something I'm going to do is I ran across this the other day, and I've watched this repeatedly because I just find this very satisfying. I found a short of you on YouTube power bombing Byron Young into a chair. And I'm going to share my screen and show that just so people can get a taste of what
uh,
you
uh,
do.
yeah, that was funny. Good times, good times. Like so, when I had the intention of you know tossing this young man, I was like, I wonder how far I can get him.
And you had to find out.
Yeah, I just had to find out. He's young, he's talking reckless. I just had to find out.
Well, let's see.
Yep, if you don't move, your splash zone. See, I think
Got to
if I
watch
wanted
it
to,
one more time.
if I had gotten up more, I could have got third row. Oh man, yeah. Oh
Good
man,
times.
wonderful times, man. This grabs game is fun. I really do enjoy. I would say testing people because that's the whole thing I got now. Like it's I want to see who's really about this wrestling life.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna give you everything I got. I might do something crazy, and if you really about it, you may survive it. If you're not, it's gonna be easy done. 5 minutes, I'm out. I'm out of there.
exactly. Yeah, they don't pay you by the hour, huh?
No, not at all, man. Come in, get the job done, get out.
Yep, yep. So I know that the name of the game in wrestling is to have wrestling pay your bills and everything else. Uh,
Mm.
I don't know if you're anywhere near that point yet, but if not, do you have a day job?
Oh man, ha, hilarious. That'd be crazy 2 years in. No, not there yet. That's definitely the goal. Obviously, day job. I work at the airport.
Nice,
Hmm.
nice.
Cozy little job. It does good for my schedule, and it does what it needs to do for the money right now. So I'm good.
Awesome, awesome. So let's see here. Speed round.
Boom.
Shane Taylor.
Shane Taylor, brother Azrael. That's my dog. Uh there's one guy, cool dude, real cool dude. I want to wrestle him, but him and Shane Taylor got the same build as brother Azrael. Cool, real cool dude. But no, Shane Taylor, I like that guy. He really don't care what you think, and he really throw them guys.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy some good Shane Tayloring.
Mm-hmm. I'm I keep hearing these rumors that Ring of Honor is about to announce a new TV deal, and I hope so because I would love to see some of the folks that are stuck on Ring of Honor actually get seen on television more. You know,
That would be great.
it really would.
No, yeah, because
So, oh, go ahead.
no, yeah, it just because it's hard. It's kind of harder to access, as like, your average watcher to like, all the wrestling that's out there. So getting the TV deal back would definitely help,
Oh, for sure.
they're getting out there more.
Hmm. So, you had mentioned, I guess you're not originally from Atlanta. Where are you from?
Oh,
What is
Baltimore
your
City,
hometown?
Maryland.
Oh,
Bal-
Baltimore.
Baltimore City, Maryland. Go Ravens. I love me some crab cakes and some crab leg. No, yeah, no. Definitely from Baltimore. But I moved here when I was like 5, so I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I was born in
East
Texas.
Baltimore? Oh, okay. Oh.
I was born in Texas, lived there for about 6 years, moved to Florida, lived there for about seven, became a wrestling fan when I was about 11 as a kid in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and moved here back in 1983, and I've been in the Atlanta area ever since. So, like you, if I'm from somewhere, I'm from here.
Yeah.
So. Right
Oh,
now, I'm about I live about 35 miles northeast of the city.
yep.
So
Hey, we're from. If we're here the longest, that's where I'm from.
absolutely.
Now,
So
if I or go ahead and retire early and move to Columbia and live my life out there, I'm Colombian.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, what is your favorite thing about Atlanta?
Hmm. What's my favorite thing about home? You can always find something to do for what you want to do.
Yeah,
Right? There's always something to do for what you're looking for, whether it's a party or a nice outing, art, something. Like, it's always something you can find. That's what I can say I like about Atlanta. There's always a plethora of options.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's it's a good area.
It is. I mean, has its problems. All cities do. It is what it is.
Yep. So, they say that the best wrestling personas are pretty much yourself turned up to 11. So tell me about in ring Eddie and kind of compare and contrast him with everyday you.
Oh man, so in ring Eddie is ignorant. That's the problem. It's in ring Eddie is loud and ignorant, and he's going to have fun through your pain. Outside the ring, Eddie, oh man, such a nice guy. Uh,
I can
I'm
tell.
I'm such a wonderful person. I mean, don't the f around and find out. You can always do that, but I'm such a nice person. I still talk the same. I will say that I've always been a talker. There's nothing I can do about that. Just I know in ring Eddie is just a little more disrespectful. That's it. You know, outside the ring, I have some more manners.
Got you. Got you. So tell us about your very first match. What was it like? How did it go? What were your thoughts going into it? Your thoughts coming out of it? All that stuff. Let's hear all about numero uno.
Alrighty, let's take you back, circa 1948, Sicily. Um, no, so it was like I had started training 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. Coach hit me up on a Monday when I was at practice. He said, "Hey, you ready to go?" I was like, "If you think so, I'm ready." And he's like, "All right, you got Ace." So I'm getting ready for this match. I'm like, oh, okay, I ain't got no gear. I'm gonna make it work. Um, I was I was slightly nervous because, like I said, it's first time in, this was peak area of A4, so it was just packed to the brim. So there's a bunch of people out there, Still, still can be considered a training match, but I felt the vibes. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy. But the moment I walked through the the entrance, it's like all that went away. Like it all went away at once, and I was Eddie Hendricks. That's exactly who I was. I came out there to have fun throwing people. Now, when we got to the match, whew, boy, sprinting. Yeah, we were running through everything. Oh man, I remember after the match, I was breathing hard and places were hurting that shouldn't hurt. I was like, what's going on? But yeah, we sprinted that match. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The ref had to tell us to slow down. But yeah, no, the nerves were there definitely. I was trying to make the best impression I can on the larger scale. Now that I'm on YouTube Live, there's a whole bunch of fans here have never seen me before, you know, and it's also showing to the guys that in training that I train with that are also on the show that yeah, I'm here. So
Gotcha.
there was definitely nerves, but once I walked through the entrance, like everywhere since then, nerves go away. I'm in. I'm locked in.
Gotcha. Speed round. Triple H.
The game, the cerebral assassin, Mister Wasted. How many water bottles do you think he wasted on his entrance throughout his career? Like, sheesh. Oh man,
I mean, a lot.
he definitely wasn't. He definitely wasn't a fan of recycling. No, but let me tell you something about Triple H. Triple H is god awfully hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Is what people don't really understand. Like as much as we get the serious game, the cerebral assassin. Deep down, he's just Triple H from DX. He's always Triple H from DX. So that he's just hilarious as hell, and I've always enjoyed Triple H. That was definitely a favorite of mine. Now it kept pissing me off that it always seemed like Triple H would beat my Undertaker for the belt every time it came down to it. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. You know, I've told some other people that I've had on here this, but the irony is not lost on me that the two main guys from DX, Hunter and Sean, are now running the company.
The great,
I mean,
it's
and I just think that is just hilarious.
the greatest long term storytelling I've ever seen.
Yep,
They went from fight
for
to
sure.
power to we are the power.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've told us about your first match. Now
Mhm.
tell us about your favorite match that you've been a part of.
Uh, Favorite match I've been a part of? Oh man. There's been a few because they're all favorites for different reasons.
Well, we got time.
Oh,
Tell us.
all right, cool. So one of my favorite matches I definitely have been a part of had to be it was me, Liam Gray, and Rico Gonzalez in the tables, ladders, and chairs match for the internet belt. That was insane. What it was. Like I said, it's my first ladder match. I'm like, oh, I gotta do something stupid. But I'm looking in the ring who I'm with. I'm like, oh, I can't do too much stupid. I'm just gonna catch and throw people. I got to. That's how I gotta win this match. Um, that definitely was fun. Like the environment was crazy. Like it was packed out. It was hot. The environment. I was like, yeah, that was that was really good. That was definitely a key match in my career. I think that I remember. Next one would probably had to be. So this is it's me, Grayson Pierce, and Jay Tyler in a random hardcore triple threat match on a Thursday. We were first. We didn't call we nothing. We just went out there with weapons and said, "Hey, let's go out here and do something." And it was very entertaining chaos is what I'll call it. Yeah,
Nice.
we definitely destroyed each other. That that's why they my boys. Th- Bond through blood. Um, Probably after Matt, I've had like I said, I've had every singles match I've had with Rico Gonzalez has been a banger. I don't seem to miss with him. Whenever it's me, Jay, and Grayson, we all can cook together well. Those do well. Definitely one of my favorite tag matches I've been in was it was right after that bastard Sting and Darby Allen came and jumped our coach before Thursday. Like we were in a tag league. It was me and Grayson against the Northside Heroes, and this guy Sting. I don't know if you heard of this Sting. Came
Oh
out
yeah.
there and jumped our coach. Like I don't know like who he thought he was. So he got booed out the building. He lucky he didn't get jumped. So yeah, we was already live from that, like from Sting and Darby, and we just came out there and you know every like it was like a no miss, like nothing. Like, I feel like everything went the way it should have. The hype was there, the crowd was behind it, like, and then probably MomoCon. MomoCon was fun. It's about around a bunch of nerdy people, my people, and
Hmm.
that was just a fun environment to be in. So yeah, those are some of my favorite matches that I've had so far. Um, yeah, they're a good time. Anytime I work Tyler Stevens, the Wall, great dude. Still need to kick his ass. But it's been a good one too. So those are definitely some of the matches that have stuck with me.
Absolutely. So, what is the longest you have ever driven to get to a match?
Oh, longest I've ever driven. It's not that bad, guys. It's like 6 hours. I haven't done any heavy duty driving just yet, but 6 hours is the longest I think I've done.
Gotcha. And where was that?
Oh, what was that? Was that Christmas last year? That was it. That was this time last year. I was in Dyer, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in Dyer, Tennessee. Fighting Dylan Cole, another cool dude, another real cool dude. Yeah, that's where I went. It was like 6 hours. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad 6 hours, but that's the farthest I've done. I think we've done 5 hours to Florida, but 6 hours is the longest for sure.
Gotcha. Speed round.
Boom.
Nia Jax.
Hmm. Oh, let me go tell you something. I love me some Nia Jax. That's my dog. That's my dog right there. Oh man. Oh, good good queen. I love Nia Jax, man. I know they used to give her shit for not being safe, but Nia Jax was my dog. When I tell you I was so excited when I first seen Nia Jax, I was like, oh, you said what? Is that a is that a big Samoan woman right there? Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Cause like cause I feel like they didn't push Tamina like they should have. But that's neither here nor there. I was like, oh,
Right.
I was like, maybe they can get it right this time around with Nia Jax, and I feel like they did. I feel like she's been successful at what she's been able to accomplish. So
Yeah. Something that surprises me about Naya is that they haven't tried to incorporate her as a female member of the bloodline.
you know, see, I was wondering when or if that was going to happen, because you can get Nia, you can bring Tamina back, obviously.
Right.
You got Ava on NXT. Like, they could. If they really wanted to, they could add some more depth to it going into. I guess the cap off would be Mania. If they wanted, if they needed to add some more depth and characters, but I think they might be good where they're at.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now they are, but depending on what they want to do with this thing, I mean, down the road, I could see them, maybe doing something like that. But
Hmm.
right now, man, I am beyond excited to see the future of Jacob Fatu. Man, that guy has a presence.
Look, let me tell you something. I need them to go ahead and let Jacob Fatu be Jacob Fatu. Just go let Jacob be Jacob, man. Just let
Yeah.
that go and be a destructive force that can hang with you on the mic. That can either he gonna outpower you, he gonna brutalize you, he gonna out hell he'll probably even out agility you. Now, that man,
Hmm.
oh, it's a monster right there.
The sky is the limit for him. I
Mm.
mean, so what is your biggest in-ring pet peeve?
Oh, biggest in ring pet peeve, brother. Oh,
Yeah.
smell. 100% will be smell. 100. And I can, like I said, I'm still fairly new to the game. I have so much more left to learn. Some people say I'm good, whatever. I still think I'm trash. Want to be the best. Got to get myself better. But I can almost work with anybody. I can we can make something happen. Whether oh, I'm not this agile, or I'm not that strong, or what, something, whatever you're lacking, I can make that work. We can try to find a way around it.
Right.
Oh, but brother, if you stink, either you, your ear, oh man, that's rude. That's rude as hell. I don't need to get pink eye because you didn't wash your gear. No, no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's 100% my biggest pet peeve. I will. Yeah, shit. You can stiff me and everything. Trust me, I'll give one back. But that smell, ooh,
I I completely agree with you. For several years ago, for a number of years, I trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and there
mm,
were all there were always guys that wouldn't wash their gi. And man, you know,
that was their technique. They were trying to
yeah.
distract you with the smell.
Yep. 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 So I know as far as preparing for a match, there's really two methods. You can either work it out with your opponent in the back or you can call it in the ring. Do you
Hmm.
have a preference between the two methods, or do you kind of like a hybrid where it's a little bit of both?
Um, I can work with either method depending on who I'm working with. I believe. You know, I still would like to call some things because working on the fly is crazy. You have to be crazy good to just go out there, don't call and just get what needs to be done. You know that's real deal skill, and I definitely not
Hmm.
there yet. Like I've had an on the fly match once in a I think in practice that was pretty fucking good, but like I said, that was a one time thing. I don't think I could duplicate that. So, but I think if I had to pick, I'm more of a hybrid style because I feel like there's certain things that you don't need to call, you just kind of feel.
Right.
And like, so if I'm running heel or whatever, cool. What are you trying to get over? What's your shine? Are you going up or am I going up? Like once I figure out the details of that, then like I said, we can call a bunch of maybes. This may happen here and this time. Many things I would, like I said, it, like I said, the cutoff and the finish is really all I need. If I'm heel, That's all I really need to remember. Like, I feel like that's all we really need to call. Like I said, maybe, like I said, your shine, or if you want to do something, like I said, this is something you're working, or a spot you're working, something like that. We can call that to work it in there, however you want to do it. But like I said, I'm more hybrid style. Like certain things we don't need to call. Like we can like kind of get the skeleton of it, and then put the meat and bones on it once we get to the ring. If
Got you.
because certain things you kind of feel out there. Like I could have called, oh, I'm a suplex you 4 times here, but after the first suplex, it seems like, oh, all right, maybe we need to go straight into this spot. Then we can cut that other stuff out. It's, like I said, it's more maybes than anything.
Got you. So, if you could only be one, would you rather be great in the ring or great on the mic?
Mm, 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 mm. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Well, if we're being honest, the one that would get you the most, I guess, notoriety would be being great on the mic.
Yeah.
100%, because you can learn to get better in the ring, or have a limited move set and call it a day if you're spectacular on the mic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'd rather be great in the ring because that's what I'm shooting for, anyways.
Right. Right.
I feel like I can take I'll pull a Roman. I can take acting classes. I can, and I'm like I said, I'm naturally a talker. I'm naturally a people person. I draw attention naturally, just being myself. So I think for me in this aspect, I would choose the great in the ring because that's what I'm shooting for, anyways.
Got you. Speed round.
Boom.
Jeff Hardy.
Dun 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 dun. Dun. My childhood. Oh man, Jeff was my dog. Little crazy man, had me out here doing crazy things off the trampoline and whatnot. I will always love me some. Yes, he has his shortcomings like everyone else does, but I will always love me some Jeff.
I agree. I mean, all things considered, even with the issues he's had a heck of a career. But
Hmm.
but you wonder in some ways, if he could have gotten out of his own way, what kind of a career could he have had? Looks like we lost you. Oh, you're back.
But okay, oh great, I have no clue what the hell happened.
Well, I'm glad you're still here. I don't know if you heard any of what I was saying.
You said Jeff Hardy was great despite the career he's had or the his setbacks. That's why last thing I heard.
Well, what I was saying is, he had a heck of a career, in spite of the issues that he had. But you wonder if he could have gotten out of his own way, what kind of a career he could have had. If he'd stayed away from all the substance abuse and everything else. But all things
Mm-hmm.
considered, though, he's had a great career.
100%.
You there? Looks like you froze.
Okay, I apologize for the connections, Matt.
Okay. Well, looks like he's working on his connection. Well, while he's working on his connection, um, what I'm going to do
Oh my!
is, are you back?
Can you hear?
I can hear you. It looks like the video is frozen and you're sideways.
Frozen and sideways. Great. Uh, are we back? Oh, great, spectacular.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay. And it looks like you're trying to turn yourself right, but you're still sideways.
Am I? Is it sideways on your end?
Yeah.
Let me see.
There we go.
Uh, better, much better.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what has been your most unusual encounter with a fan?
Um, Most unusual encounter with a fan. I don't know, man. I don't get too many weird. I don't get too many weird encounters with fans. You know, people are generally cool with your boy. I did get added to a new family, so I do have two new sisters and a mother. So I got added to somebody's family. Um, Shout out gang. But yeah, I don't get too many unusual encounters. I got some. Well, they're funny to me. I've got some funny to me encounters with some interesting people in some interesting places, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, it's usually people are wanting to have fun and high five, or they're telling me I suck, in which I reply to, but they swallow. But you know,
Yeah, good comeback. So, do you have a preference yourself between working heel or babyface?
no, I don't. I don't have a preference. I'll do whatever the job demands. I like both. Um, I do I feel like I get to have a little more fun as a heel, but I do enjoy both relatively. I think they're both easy. I think they're both easy to do to me. You know, I just gotta keep getting better at it. You know, little details, stuff here and there. But like I said, I enjoy both.
Gotcha. Speed round. Austin Theory.
Oh, the four boy himself, Mister A Town down. Hey man, when's my boy Theory gonna drop that man on his head? I'm tired of Grayson Waller. But no,
Mm-hmm.
Theory. Actually, I haven't met Theory. I wasn't there when Theory was at the school training, but um, from what I hear, hard working dude, cool peoples. Um, and so all I got is nothing but good words for him.
Cool. So, can you share an example of a time when something went sideways in a match and you had to completely improvise?
Mm. Something went sideways and had to improvise. Mm. Oh man. All right. So it's not funny. The boys know this story. So it's first round of the heavyweight classic. Um, I didn't have to improvise too much because we were going towards the finish anyways. It was me and a good gentleman named Big H. Um, if you don't know what Big H is, he's a 6'6", 330 pound. What's that? What's that show? He looks like he hunts gators down with the swamp people. What's that show called?
Oh yeah, yeah, swamp people.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. Cool dude. H is a cool dude. Been there forever. So he goes and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna do a swanton and miss, and we'll go into the finish." I said, "Okay," but I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, "Ain't no fucking way this man gonna do a swanton and land it correctly." So he rolls me out to the middle of the ring. The middle of the ring, I was like, "Oh, he's not getting this far. There's no way he's getting this far." So I rolled in closer, to move out of the way. He puts me back towards the middle of the ring. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So he jumps to do the swanton, right? And he doesn't rotate enough in time. So he basically, essentially, gave himself a power driver from the top rope. And, like, I went to, pick him up for the finish. He's he's like, pin me, pin me, pin me. I'm like, but I'd already started picking him up, so I was like, okay. So I DDT'd him and then pinned him afterwards. He was fine. He was a little dazed, but it was like I said, it was just funny to me. I was like, this can't go right. That's what I'm thinking. And then it doesn't go right. And then, like I said, we just switch something quick, simple right there. Boom, works.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, do you have an all-time favorite match as a fan? A match that you could have watched it a million times and it just never gets old, and there's always some new little nugget that you can pull from it every time you watch.
New favorite. If I had to guess, oh man, see, same reason I have so many good matches that I love for different reasons that I watch over and
Right.
over. But 100% career versus streak, Undertaker and Michaels definitely will always be a great rewatch. I can see something different, and it's just spectacular because the storytelling all the way up to it leads up to it. Like it was. I definitely really enjoyed that match, and like there are some there's a few other ones that I just enjoy on my for my own personal gain. Like I enjoy that crazy ass Bam Bam Bigelow and Taz,
Oh yeah.
um, for the television title. Was it in ECW? I love that match. I love Joe and then Mirashima. No, Morishima. There we go. There's a bunch of different matches I really enjoy that I watch over and over again and still get something new from. But number one would probably be Taker and Shawn. Because when I was watching it as a kid, I was like, oh, yeah, this is serious, brother. Like, Undertaker might really lose the streak. Like, I was 100% convinced that it could be Shawn. Because I didn't see Shawn retiring.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that would definitely be it for me.
Very cool. Very cool. One that I mentioned to a lot of people, and I'll mention it to you. I don't know if you've had the chance to see this one, but from back, I think you can probably find it on YouTube. But back in 1989, Ric Flair and Terry Funk did an I Quit match at a Clash of the Champions,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a master class in storytelling. So if you haven't seen that match, it's worth your time.
Ric Flair, Terry Funk, 89. I quit. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yep. Yep. It is. You'll thank me later. So, you know, you've only been doing this for a couple of years and you're still a pretty young guy. So, I don't know if this really applies, but what hurts right now?
What hurt? Are you talking about like physically
Yeah.
or?
Yeah. Physically.
Oh man, I've had years of sports damage on me. Oh, everything hurts. My knees, my elbows, my back, everything hurts.
Gotcha.
No, but I can say I have been blessed to be very durable. I
That is
don't
a
think I've ever
blessing.
had a major injury. I've never broken a bone. I don't think I've had anything too serious that required surgery. So I can say I'm blessed to be very durable. But yeah, everything hurts. Just depends on the day.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Speed round. Sabu.
I thought Sabu killed Rey Mysterio and last night's stand. Was it '06? I,
Mm
I thought Sabu killed that man. Neither of them moved. I was like, oh man, did I just watch Ray die? Um,
hmm.
Sabu is fucking insane. Is what he is. He's like
Yeah.
he's in that class of like New Jack where I don't think I'd ever wrestle him if I even had the chance.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
That's a scary
It's like
man.
he's in that New Jack area. I don't think I ever want to wrestle that guy.
Yep.
He's just he like great content. I love it. I love the extreme. But yeah, Sabu, he's up there with Abdullah the Butcher, New Jack. Yeah, I'm not having matches with them.
Mm-mm. No. No.
Like I value my life.
Yeah. You value your life and your health.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%.
that's actually a perfect segue to the next question. And that is, and this can be present day or past, who would be a dream opponent for you? Who would Eddie Hendricks love to work?
Dream opponent, present or past. All right, so let's go ahead and start from let's just work our way through. Um, I would have loved to work. I would have loved to work a prime Undertaker. I know I'm getting my ass beat. That's Undertaker's will always be my favorite wrestler. Um, but I just that presence in the ring, what you could learn from, I'd love that. Um, Same thing with get like I would love to work RVD, Samoa Joe, like Styles, when these like that young TNA era. I would love to work Taz. I do have a lot of big men.
We've lost your audio. Can't hear you. Not hearing you. Not hearing a thing. Mm-mm. Check. Are you maybe try logging out and logging back in? Okay, say
You hear me?
something. Yeah, I hear you.
All right, great. Now let's fix this camera.
Sorry about that. I don't know what in the world happened.
Yeah, dude. It like because I can see when it hears me speak, and it just stopped.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, I don't know. But, I've done enough of these that honestly, if something didn't go sideways, it wouldn't be a live stream.
Hey
You know
man,
what I mean?
hey man, that's the life of a wrestler, man. Hey, not everything gonna go the way you want it.
Nope, nope. You just got to improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Oh,
So
how do I fix this?
while you're getting the camera squared away, I'll go ahead and ask another question, and that is,
Aha, aha.
there we go. So, what is your take on the role that social media is playing as a promotional tool in wrestling?
Oh man, look, social media, because you can get everyone involved. Because like everything's on social media. Like you can, it like with Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, like that social media, like podcast, what we're doing, all that is it reaches it reaches so many people that you might not even know where you're getting all this influence from. I feel like it plays
Right,
a major part. We're getting promos out, getting these flyers out, getting people who care that they could be in town for the night visiting, but if they seen a flyer or seen a promo or something like that of stuff to do in the area, like, oh, there we go, I'll go watch some wrestling, and now we have someone to invest in.
absolutely. And, I mean, social media is how I hooked up with you and a lot of the other WWA4 guys,
Yes,
so it's
indeed.
uh it's 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 worked well for me. I'll say that much. um I mean, this thing is really taking on a life of its own. I mean, I'm booked right now through the second week of January.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it is just rolling right along, man, and I'm happy as a clam.
Oh, I love to hear that, man.
Yeah, it's definitely been a good thing. And you're still a comparatively young guy, but knowing everything you know at this point in your life, if you could give any advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Give advice to my younger self. um I would definitely have told myself, you know it's really weird because I like where things are in my life now that I wouldn't want to change anything because I felt like I had to go through a lot to get to where I want to be. And so I'm fine with that. I'd probably tell myself to save a little more money. I 100% would tell college me that, hey, don't quit this job. you're going to be hungry in a few weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Besides that, like I said, I like where my life has placed me. I've got to see things, experience things, some good, some bad, some great, some worse, and that's fine. I just I like where how I ended up where I should be.
Yep. Yep. And the glory of all that is realizing that you're right where you're supposed to be. In terms of everything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
God's got this.
Amen to that. Like,
Absolutely. So somebody in the YouTube chat named Maverick says hello.
hey, what's good, Mav? Is that I can't see the picture. Oh, okay. Yeah, what's good, Maverick?
So, do you have any pre-show traditions, superstitions, any things that you try to do consistently before you walk through the curtain?
I'm not so much a superstitious guy when it comes to wrestling. I do know that no matter what, I'm always going to pray before I go out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always going to pray before I go out. Like, I'll do the stretching, all that, whatever I got to do, get dressed, listen to music, talk over the match, but because it's always different, my pre match is always different based on the opponent.
Gotcha.
So I would definitely say pray before the show. Go downstairs,
For
baby.
sure.
I'm on the phone. Mm, Love you, princess. Go downstairs, baby. I'll be down in a minute.
I can tell you're a good dad.
I try my best, man. That's all I can do is try. It ain't easy, but I can't say I wouldn't trade it.
Absolutely, man. We've got a 15-year-old son who is a sophomore in high school. Man, he's the time goes quick. Let me let me tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he's doing great in school. He's a lacrosse player, and we couldn't be prouder of him. So,
Hey, shout out to those lacrosse players. I bet y'all didn't know Eddie Hendricks played lacrosse too.
did you?
Mm-hmm.
What
I did. I was
what
actually pretty good
position?
at it.
What position did you play?
Oh man, I played. I've done everything except goalie.
Got you. Got
So
you.
I started off as a deep hole, and then they realized I could move well, and then they put me at X on attack, and then they moved me back and forth between that and midi, and then deep hole if I had to again.
Got you. Yes, Zach plays attack. He does some face-off work, and he'll play midi if he has to, but he generally pretty much likes attack.
Attack is fun,
Yeah,
especially because also I was always bigger than the kids I was playing against for the most part.
yeah.
There's very few people that were just as big or bigger, but I was always bigger, so I had to be out here running through people. That was my first. That was what I did. I was in the penalty box all the time my first year.
Just from wrecking people, huh?
Yeah, I just because I was like, hey, football with sticks, and then I actually learned it. I was like, oh, this is how you play it.
Yeah. I can only imagine. I'm just thinking back to you power bombing Byron through the chair. I'm just
Oh yeah, man.
imagining you power bombing somebody.
High school was interesting. I've always been interesting in sports. That's what I can say. I've always
Like I said,
definitely brought the
I can
enjoyment.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, man. I'm out here having fun. Once you know, because that's what at least that's where the transition was to college. But
Yep. So, something that we've done in all of these that's just been kind of fun is we've let the current guest pose a question for the next guest. So, my previous guest was your boy, Jay Tyler.
oh, of course it was. Yes.
Yeah, King of Fades.
Hmm.
And he posed this. It's a two-part question. How has Jay Tyler influenced your life? And what is your ultimate goal in wrestling?
How has Jay Tyler influenced my life, and what is my ultimate goal in wrestling? Um, no, Jay's my dog. That's my dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know, he been dog since day one. Yeah, we just immediately clicked. That was my boy. Um,
He's good
yeah,
people.
we're cut from the same up here, so we click very well. So he's definitely influenced. Actually, he's definitely influenced the levels of ignorance I show in the match. He's made it worse. You know, I was gonna be cool, timid Eddie Hendricks when I started, and weeks of training with him and the other boys. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a bastard. But the ultimate goal in wrestling for me is a two-parter. Is when I'm done is to be the best in ring. I want to be argued with the greats. I think that's what everyone's. But I'm talking about like like great in. I want a great in ring. I want to say he was really good on the mic. That's what I want. Number two, I want to be able to feed my family off of it.
Gotcha.
So
Absolutely.
that's really my number one. But because that will come first, and then the talks of excellence will come afterwards. But that's my ultimate goal. I want to be inspiring. I want to be like, oh yeah, I started wrestling because of, I saw this guy right here. Things of that nature. Hey, love. Am I done? No.
Gotcha. So, since this is part of a series, do you have a question you would like to pose to the next guest? And I can go ahead and tell you the next guest is this Sunday at a special early start time of 2 p.m. I have the young gun, Grayson Pierce, another buddy of yours.
Yeah, yeah, great, great, spectacular. All right, all right, bet. All right, the question I have for great, for my I mean, I have no clue who the person is next after me, so I won't judge my question based off that. Um, um, the question I would have for our next competitor is if you had to choose between Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels, who do you think you steal more from?
Okay.
Great time. He's gonna love that question.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Oh, man. So we're getting toward the end of things. So do you have any upcoming shows or anything at all you'd like to give some hype to?
Yes, sir. I got this Saturday, November 30th, going down at Barnstormers down here in Georgia. I got me a fatal four-way with some good competitors for the number one contendership. So I can choose a belt of my choosing to have a title match. If I win, it's me, the one of none, Keelan Cole. It's he's never been to jail. He called himself the warden. That guy. And Soldier Boy's backup rapper, A Town Supreme. Those are all the people I got. And I've worked all of them, but at some point it's gonna be tough. I will say that. But it doesn't matter because once I drop you on their head, they'll be good. The match is done.
Got you. Got you. Well, before we wrap up for the evening, I want to do something with you. I'm going to take you real quick through the match card for Survivor Series, which is this Saturday, and I want to get
Mm-hmm.
your predictions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start with the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther and Damian Priest. Who you got?
And so, look, I love Damian Priest, and I do, but I don't think he takes the title off Gunther. I don't think he takes it back, not just yet.
I agree. I
I
agree.
think I think
I
Gunther wins
concur.
this one. He wins it by himself. I think because Kaiser is going to be dealing with that Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good match. Um, but I definitely think Gunther retains.
I agree. Next one, we've got Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser for the Intercontinental. Who you got?
Okay, so the boys' answer is going to be Braun Breaker, but real men know the answer should be Sheamus.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, so they're playing back and forth for the Intercontinental title because they let Jay take it off of him, just for Jay to drop it back to him. So I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna let him play around with that more until they're ready to pull the trigger with maybe him versus Gunther for the heavyweight. So I don't know. So depending on that, I do think I would like to hope that Sheamus will be the one to take it off of him. I just don't think it'll be here.
yeah. I like you. I would like to see Sheamus end up taking it off of him, but I don't think this is the time or place. I could see it maybe even playing out to Mania.
Yeah, and I would be, it'd be perfect. It'd be like for me, it'd be like when Kofi won at Mania. You know, he
Yeah,
got so I'd be happy, probably tear up a little bit, and we all good.
absolutely. This next one, I feel like has the potential to steal the show. I'm excited to see LA Knight and Shinsuke.
I think that's gonna be fun. Um, I do wish there was a little more build besides
Yeah,
just him getting attacked and getting a title match because I really like Shinsuke. I feel like
I do
he
too.
definitely should have been world champion in my opinion. Um, so I'm going to say LA Knight retains.
I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say Shinsuke goes over.
See, I would
Um,
love for Shinsuke to go over. I would love for it, but I think if I don't know if I don't know if he'll beat him clean. Maybe LA Knight may have to pull up the cool little roll up 1 2 3, but you know, yeah, I think LA Knight's got that one.
we'll see. I feel like Shinsuke right now needs the win and needs the belt more than LA Knight does. LA's got so much charisma and so much stuff going. He doesn't even really need a belt.
Cause I'm on the phone. Yeah, I mean he doesn't really need the belt. Like he does have all that charisma, but you know, it's almost like, what do you do with him now?
Right, right. So now we're getting into the women's war games.
Um, I'm. I'm sorry. Go have mommy open this for you. Let mommy open that. I'm going out on a limb and saying, hold on, baby. I I'm going to say that team live team live and them are going to win.
Yeah.
Because of some confusion on the team, and I think it's going to be confusion between Bailey and Trinity.
Yeah, I could see that. And then Bloodline 2.0 versus OG Bloodline with Punk.
Um, mm, I'm inclined. I'm inclined to go OG Bloodline.
I mean, my first thought is I agree with that, but then the X factor to me is whose side is Heyman actually on?
You know, that's a real deal question. Because my
I
man's was
think
dressed like
that could
Solo
be
when
the
he showed up.
determining factor.
Yeah, that is a real question. And
Yeah.
Heyman could play a good role into that. Yeah, that's crazy. I think I'm gonna stick with OG Bloodline, but that I don't know that Jacob Fatu Bronson Reed
Hmm.
team up is crazy.
Yeah. I was telling somebody else on one of these down the road, man. I would love to see a triple threat: Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu versus Bronson Reed. Those three guys would tear the house down, I think.
Hey, that would be great.
Hmm. That'd be a banger.
That would be a banger. You know what? Let's go and make it a fatal 4-way. Go ahead and make it for Gunther's world heavyweight title. Perfect.
Might as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that last time they did that, they really cooked. What was that? It was who was it? Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Finn Balor, and I think was it Braun Strowman.
I believe so. Yeah.
I think that was the match, or it was either Finn or it was Bray. One of those two. Yeah, that's the same match I was feeling. I was like, yeah, just go and add all of them in there, all the baddest, and let them see who wins.
Absolutely. Well, Eddie, I want to thank you for your time, man. This has been a blast.
No, this has been a
Um,
pleasure, man. I appreciate it. I do apologize for the connectivity issues, but
you know, like I said, man, if things didn't go sideways, it wouldn't be an episode of the Throwdown. you
they're
know,
getting
uh,
their real
um,
authentic.
for sure, for sure. And for everybody that's been watching this live, thank you. For those of you that'll be seeing this on replays, thank you for that. If you like what we've got going, definitely spread the word. Man, this thing is just rolling right along, and like I said, I couldn't be happier. And as far as what we've got coming, like I said, this coming Sunday, December 1st. Can you believe it's December already?
Crazy.
Um, Sunday, December 1st, with a special early start time of 2 p.m. I've got episode 55 with another buddy of yours, the young gun, Grayson Pierce.
Yes,
And
sir.
then and then on Monday the 2nd, back at the normal 7 p.m. Start time, I've got episode 56 out of Birmingham, Alabama. I've got the Big Bad Wolf.
Oh man, good times.
Oh yeah.
Wolf, good. My boy BB Dub Wolf. That's my dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know he's also got some WWA4 affiliation. So yeah, good times, man. And like I said, thank you. Everybody have a wonderful night.
Oh,
Be
thank you, thank
safe.
you.
Have a great Thanksgiving. Eat a lot of food. Hug your families.
We will.
Love each other, and keep throwing down.